I feel like every time I film there is a thunderstorm happening, so that's great. A good omen, I'm sure. I'm in a really weird mood. Okay, right, calm. Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So today I have something a little bit different to try on this channel. I'm thinking of doing a series called Rachel Recommends. Basically these are going to be really short, like 2-3 minute videos in which I specifically review one book. I still will be doing a wrap up at the end of each month and I will include all the books that I read. I'd just like to do a little bit of a specified video on them just to show my appreciation and to recommend them to you. So let me know what you think. This is the first time we're going to try it out. The book I have to talk to you to... I'm not talking to a book. The book I have for you today to talk to you about, got it, is great. So the book I want to recommend to you today is Keelan Hughes' The Wild Laughter, which is published by One World and is out today on the 18th of June. I was very kindly sent for this for review after I requested it. So thank you very much to One World, I'm very grateful. So before we get into the plot, I want to talk to you a little bit about Keelan Hughes. So Keelan Hughes is Irish, she is a poet and also an author. Her first novel, The Orchid and the Wasp, came out quite recently, a couple of years ago, which after reading this I'm definitely going to pick up. Again, I've heard fantastic things about it, so definitely need to get that soon. I'm always a huge fan when poets write novels because the writing is always just sublime, and I'll get into that a little bit later, but this is definitely one of those books. I always really enjoy reading from Irish authors and poets. I was a huge fan of Irish poetry when I was studying at university, and earlier in the year I really enjoyed Naoise Dolan's Exciting Times and Sally Rooney's books, so I'm definitely getting into my Irish authors a little bit more. So definitely if you have any recommendations I'd really appreciate them. Please do let me know down below. But as for now, let's talk a little bit about The Wild Laughter. I'm going to read you the blurb first of all, just so you can get a real insight to how this book promotes itself. So, it's 2008 and the Celtic Tiger has left devastation in its wake. Brothers Hart and Cormac Black are waking up to a very different island, one that widens the chasm between them and brings their beloved father to his knees. Facing a devastating choice that will put their livelihood, even their lives, on the line, the brothers soon learn that the biggest danger comes when there is nothing to lose. A sharp snapshot of a family and a nation suddenly unmoored, this epic in miniature explores cowardice and sacrifice, faith rewarded and abandoned, the stories we tell ourselves and the ones we resist. Hilarious, poignant and utterly fresh, The Wild Laughter cements Keelan Hughes' position as one of Ireland's most audacious, nuanced and insightful young writers. In essence, this book features around an Irish family who are living in a time of financial decline, and as the world around them crashes into financial decline, we also see the family start to decline in different ways. At the centre of the story we have Hart, and then we have his brother Cormac, the father who is the chief, and then the absent mother. The family dynamic in itself is very realistic, and as the readers we get a very intense insight into their lives. This book is quite short, it is just under 200 pages I believe, but it really feels like Keelan Hughes' prose was condensed and polished down like a diamond, so you really find the purest, most plump and descript prose, and that has such a huge payoff. The writing in this is sublime. It's definitely, when I was looking at some reviews, the thing that people talk the most about. It genuinely is beautiful. It's like reading an extended poem. It's gorgeous. The creativity in the similes and metaphors and descriptions are so unlike anything I've heard before, and yet make so much sense to you as a reader. They are genuinely beautiful. These characters that are explained to us, especially with the two brothers, are in some ways beyond redemption. They are misogynistic, and some of the opinions that they have around women, and Dolly, the actress who features in the book, are a little bit scary and definitely objectify women, sometimes towards almost like a violent approach. But then Keelan Hughes will drop little bits of information or little bits of insight or personality, and it kind of makes you reassess how you feel about each character and recalculate your opinions, to the point where you're like constantly thinking while you're reading. I know that sounds strange, but this definitely isn't a take your brain out and read kind of book. This is a book where you're in it until you're out of it, and then when you're out of it, you're still in it. It grabs you by the throat and it won't let you go, and it leaves you reeling long after you finish this. I finished this quite quickly. I read it over the space of a few days, and once it was finished I sat and had a really long think about how I felt about it, and how I feel about it is that it's great. I also really liked the difference between the brothers. Obviously we get the perspective of Hart, and I feel like my opinions are definitely biased towards him, but I loved him. And then his brother Cormac, who is book smart, whip smart, difficult definitely to understand. I just love the comparison between the two. I feel like it's no coincidence that Hart, H-A-R-T, is so close and sounds the same as Heart, H-E-A-R-T. He is the heart and the centerpiece for the calm and the chaos and the family dynamic. I think something else that is important to mention is that it is almost like a black comedy. There are definitely elements of humour in here which really resided with me and definitely helped me get through some of the darker plot points and elements to this story. If you're looking for a new fantastic Irish writer, I would definitely recommend Ciaran Hughes' work. Like I said, I can't wait to pick up The Orchid and the Wasp. If you're looking for a book which really homes in and focuses on family dynamics in a time of crisis, again I would definitely recommend it. Or if you're just wanting to read some goddamn beautiful prose, this is literally the perfect book. And I didn't want it to end. I wanted to read and savour every sentence, every line, every metaphor, because it was just so gorgeous. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I know this is more of like a quick snapshot video, but please let me know if you enjoy this kind of format. Stay safe and have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.